All right, this is what we're gonna do. Jeremiah, we're gonna put another battery in. He just had to run to the car to go grab another battery. Grib, it's so cold out here, my mouth's frozen. Ooh.
Guys, I'm here with Matt. I'm behind the camera and we're gonna do some testing today. We came out to a unique location. We've been wanting to do this test for a while. It's freezing out, which it seems to be that time of year.
Yeah, so if you would forgive any well, drippage that might occur. I mean, it's kind of high risk flying. But we took a little bit of a road trip. We stopped off at a nice little field here. And the backdrop, we actually have the National D-Day Memorial. It's here in Bedford.
Kind of see it up there in the distance. We're down here in a little valley area.
Yep, and it's actually a pretty nice day to fly. The wind's really strong, but what this is going to do is it's going to give us a really good chance to have an unbiased review of 3 different types of antennas.
So we're going to test 5/8 antennas. We've got the left-hand circular polarized antennas from Video Aerial. We're going to also test out the Fat Shark / Spironet immersion product. And then we're also going to test out the tried and true Blue Beam Ultras from Video Aerial. We're just going to set them up. DVR is recording and we'll show you this. We're going to do 3 runs of the same thing and let you guys make a decision. All right, guess let's get in the air.
All right.
Left hand, the brand new antennas on the plane. All right, so we're on left hand. We're going to do a pattern out over this beautiful memorial. Show you guys the footage here. We'll see what the results are. All right, we're ready for round 2. Matt's all set up, goggles are down, and we're going to test out the immersion Fat Shark setup. So we're flying directly out to the our landmark there. So we're going to do roughly the same pattern again. What would you say the distance is? I mean, we don't have any OSD, we don't have anything on there. So again, guys, this is just a general setup because most guys are flying 5/8. They're not going far.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a perfect example. This is a park flyer setup. I mean, this is the type of flying that you want to do with 5/8.
Yeah.
You're not going for long range.
So how was left hand on the new VAS antennas?
Well, that's my personal choice on it. You know, I'm used to a lot of the VAS products, but the new air blades, I mean, they really do stand out.
No issues, no breakup. Great.
None.
All right, let's get in the air again.
All right.
All right, so what's your take? You're up in the air still.
There seems to be a little tiny bit of glitching, like when...
So a little interference here and there.
Especially when you're banking and everything.
All right, so we're back on the ground. Any just quick thoughts? What was your experience on those as just a baseline here?
Well, you know, still the immersion Spironet antennas, they're something I would give to a friend. I mean, they're not bad, they really aren't. But I did experience, and we're only probably flying out a quarter of a mile or something. And when I was banking, I did experience some little glitching. Which made me a little bit nervous, but on top of that, I actually did think that I saw a difference in the screen resolution. So far, I think personally I'm still sticking with the Airblades.
All right, so we're ready for round 3. We're set up with the VAS Bluebeam Ultras.
Now, to be completely honest, one thing I do like about the immersion antennas, the Spironets, over the VAS antennas, is just the size of the antenna cover itself. We'll see how it does handling it in the air, but the weight difference between these two, I would like the cover on a multi-rotor. On this, it's a lot.
On a plane, you really don't need them, and the nice thing, you can easily remove them from the VAS, and the VAS are going to be more durable as an antenna underneath versus the immersion. It's like flat metal underneath. It's very different design. I was doing a custom build the other day with somebody who did the Ultras, and they really wanted the Bluebeam Ultras. So all I had to do was slit the sticker, and it pops right open. And then on the inside is the same old Bluebeam Ultra that we know and love, the one that has the that's dipped in the blue material. So you can really use it any way. It is nice, yeah. On a bigger aircraft, doesn't make a difference, but you can remove them if you're trying to save some weight, make it lighter. And on a Spark, you should be able to fly both, and we're going to test it out. This is actually our first time running the new Bluebeam Ultra. So I'll tell you what else is nice too. I really do love the incorporated DVR in the Fat Shark goggles. That's really coming in handy. We're going to talk more on the Fat Shark because we haven't done a full review on those, but we've been doing a lot of testing with it. Because we've been using them a lot. Yeah. All right, let's go. All right. All right, so you're out on the Bluebeam Ultras. First impressions, you've out. Glitching. Having a couple little glitches. I'm still keeping it up around there just to feel it out a little bit more. Video clarity or general clarity on video signal coming back? General clarity on video signal coming back. I can tell you right now, I do believe that the Airblades are a genuine improvement over the Ultras. All right, so I'm gonna have my stab at trying all 3 antennas. I've really not been a huge fan of 5.8 for a long time, but surprisingly through some of the testing and using the Fat Shark goggles, and actually a goggle that I think is worth purchasing, and putting a set of antennas on that are worth flying on, can really change your 5.8 experience drastically. So we're gonna get it up, I'm gonna get a flight on it, and we're gonna test out all 3 of them as well, and just gonna give you my honest opinion on them. Let's fly. So how's the Airblade? Airblade is clean. We're almost out over top of the memorial. I'm looking down at it. And other than, gosh, I don't even know if I've had any interference. I mean, I'm right out over top. I'm gonna go, Matt, you didn't go up because I couldn't see you but line of sight. I wasn't watching your ground footage. You got all the way to the back side because I'm gonna push it a little farther. I did a circle around the memorial itself. I'm all the way to the back side of the memorial. I'm starting my left. So I'm gonna get a little bit of static usually there anyway. So that's usually pretty much what you're gonna find. You're gonna get a little static in a turn. Throttle off. Wow, these are clean. Yep, little blip there as I roll. And that's not unusual, but I would say nothing out of the ordinary.
Which, of course, you guys that are new to FPV flying 5.8, you definitely want to stick a 90-degree and have that antenna pointed straight up. You don't want to have the antenna pointed, the top of it pointed towards your plane, because there's a Fresnel zone, they call it. It's just you're going to have blips with it.
Now, these are nice and clean. Yeah, as you get kind of in that Fresnel zone, a little bit of violation there, and your signal gets violated.
Are you kidding me? I gotta walk 3 feet to go get that thing.
I know, I should have been closer.
All right.
Wow, the air blade left hand is awesome. Yeah, totally clean video. Was on the back side of the memorial. Had no concerns at all about my video. Quite happy. Okay, I'm going to interject my 2 cents here as well, but Matt said too with the Spironets, for whatever reason, the video clarity, and I'm no antenna wizard here, I'm going for my own eyeballs, but it is like the video clarity is just not the same. It's not quite as crisp. Almost like there's a hair bit more grain on the video. I'm getting slightly more interference. It's not bad, it's not unflyable, and these are actually probably the most I've ever flown on an immersion set. Immersion makes some good antennas, and these are my recommendation if you're not going to spend some money on some really pro level stuff. But at the same time, I'm not seeing the same clarity that I was with the air blades. All right, we're ready to test the Video Aerial 5.8 Bluebeam Ultras.
All right, Jeremiah, you're holding a much higher circuit than I did the first go around.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
The Bluebeam Ultras are holding up. I'm kind of playing with it and put it in the Fresnel zone. Okay, there I got a blip. And other than that, I've only had really one blip as I'm trying to push it a bit. I definitely have higher altitude than you were pushing, which is great because we're doing kind of different things here. But you're gonna get interference low, and then you're gonna get some in the Fresnel zone. But other than that, I mean, they've been clean. So
thumbs up.
No real complaints. Yeah. All right, back down on the ground. Not only is the Spark a great little platform, man, it's just a fun little plane. And it's gusty up there and she still handled well. Bluebeam Ultras. I really didn't have any issues with them. They were clean. I have flown them in some other environments as well and have had good luck with them. Definitely a huge improvement over stock, huge improvement over clones. Guys, if you're running a $20 antenna and you're complaining about your video, just look at where you bought that antenna from. It's cheap, it's junk, and you need to invest in some good antennas. I would have to say, although they were all actually performed quite well, I would probably edge out the new Airblades, left hand. They were clean. They were really, really clean. And I know Alex said that they were excellent. Between the Spironets, I pushed them pretty far. I would say maybe video clarity is a little off, and the Bluebeams performed well. I didn't really have an issue with either of those, so it was a good test, and I'm glad to have kind of gone through some of the 5.8 gear. So
the Airblade, that's the one I would pick.
Yeah, it was great on left hand. I mean, it's been amazing ever since we put one on. I've been really, really happy with it. Video aerial and Alex said, I mean, that it's definitely a leap forward, and for left hand, if you haven't tried one, it's worth testing out.
Well, the big, you know, I don't know what it is. It's kind of hard to put an exact finger on it, but I flew the Airblades, and immediately I was able to trust them a lot more than the ones I had been flying. Yeah. So what it did for me is it actually just, it kind of opened up the 5.8 usage. I mean, we really had a lot of fun with that.
Well, it's hard to fly FPV and not trust your video signal. If you can't trust your video signal, it's kind of the fun of FPV. Guys, hope you enjoyed watching the test. Make your own conclusions. I think the biggest thing is just don't buy cheap. You really...
No, we didn't even test those. What we're doing is we're actually doing a comparison between some of the best.
Yeah.
Now, for us, even to say that the emergent antennas are the low end, that's nothing compared to what some of the copied stuff you can get from China and different places like that. That just really isn't. They're not worth the metal that's in.
Right.
There's little tips, or there's little tweaks that these guys who are putting these antennas, they really know what they're doing. The immersion guys, the video aerial systems guys, and to be very honest with you, there's a lot of people out there that will copy their designs.
Yeah.
They copy what the antennas look like, but they have no idea actually what's going on inside.
And they're not tuned. And I wish we had a bunch of stuff, but in a recent video we did with Alex at our fly-in, we did some testing there, and they just consistently show that they don't work well. Your video experience on FPV is only going to be as good as your antennas, so invest in good gear. I tell guys all the time that $15–20 difference sometimes between what you think is a great deal and what is a really good buy really can turn into hours and hours of headache, things that don't work, and crashes.
It's been my experience, and this is sadly experience, that buying the cheap stuff is a lot more expensive than just going ahead and buying what works the first time.
Yep. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time on Stone Blue Airlines.